I was not muting you. Enjoy my call. Live unstable. What does that mean? Bitrate too high. Huh. Well, we'll see how that goes. Back to working on book plates today. Book plates for at least a good new couple. Then I'm gonna swap to something. I just don't know what yet. Thank you for the follow, Vital Ire. So if you're hearing random noises, it's Raya chewing on a toy. Well, thank you. And definitely one for the monsters. Right now, well, yeah, I mean, right now it's monsters. I'm working on book plates for the Kickstarter I got going for my art book right now. Those are some of the ones I did yesterday on stream. And yesterday I switched to a big UFO paper illustration. I might do that again today. I might try doing a werewolf since it's Werewolf Wednesday. I also have the strong urge to do a watercolor of a raven. At least Raya's providing lots of entertainment today. I am curious, what's the favorite type of monster for everybody? Why she eats her tail so much. I know it's like, for dogs, typically a sign that they have too much energy. She just went on a long, like, speed walk. With all respect, she should be conked out sleeping. Yeah, apologies to the camera. I don't have a steady cam. Those are expensive. Whenever I bump my desk, the camera's gonna move a little bit. Oh, you're all good. I just never know. Never know if people want me chatting or not. Usually I have a regular or two that are chatting with me. But when they're not here, I'm like, do I just stay silent? I don't know. I've definitely heard from people that are like, I just like chill streams where I can stare and watch and they don't talk. I'm like, oh, okay. That makes sense. A lot of times when people talk about having ADHD, I'm like, I have a lot of those things, but I've never been tested for it. Because I'm definitely one of the types where, like, I'll do this stream, and this will be my socializing for the day. And then I just need to be silent for the rest of the night. Of all the toys to bring back to your bed, you bring half of your puzzle egg. Alright. She keeps gnawing on it, and the funny part is it used to be easier to open, and then she started chewing on it, and now it is harder to open. So she just made it harder for herself to get at the treats inside. And she's glaring at me. Oh. Yeah, pushing through stuff is, I do that all the time too. I don't know if it... I think it ends up backfiring me just being exhausted. It's like what everybody tells you not to do, and then we all do it, right? So I'm going to be an echo chamber and say, take care of yourself. While I do not listen to my own advice. Why are you glaring at me? Sorry, having the Raya cam is funny because now she's behind me. So now I just get to see every time she's just death glaring me from behind. remembered to bring my other markers from my stash upstairs and forgot to look for my tiny eraser that I've been trying to find for 2 days. But thank you for hanging out. Good luck with your art. And you're resting when you should be resting. Alright. Pull up my markers, but I am also gonna crack my window open because it's warm. Oh, do you get treats now? Is that what's happening? Place. Touch. Good girl. Ryan's being helpful. Might be new. This is Raya the rescue dog. Well, she's my recent rescue. Sorry, it was very quiet. But yes, I adopted her last fall. She's my little feral child. Well, she may have been feral. We're not sure. She's kind of a mystery. She was like She was left for dead at a shelter with like her face all maimed. The shelter was gonna put her down. Rescue got her, had her eye removed. And the rescue, I think they were just like overtaxed. They just kind of put her in a dog run on a random ranch with a couple of other dogs, and she was largely just feral in there for a few months. And then I ended up adopting her, but I didn't realize when I adopted her that they were lying about like the location and a bunch of stuff. But anyways, I literally called them up to ask them a couple of questions, and they were like, "Oh, she's in Southern California, not Washington, and we'll ship her to you tomorrow." I was like, okay. She spent 2 days in a van, and then I got a very scrawny, very beat up, completely untrained, hot mess of a dog. But she's a sweetheart. Took her a while to come out of her shell, because she's definitely lived through some stuff. And she was probably lucky she ended up with us, because if anyone else had adopted her, like nothing on their little info thing was accurate. She was a lot when we got her. She was not house trained or anything. So these have actual chew toys. Why don't you play with those? He's like, let me find the noisiest thing I can play with. She keeps rolling it back into my foot. Yep. That's my chaos gremlin. Now fill your egg back up, girl. We've already gotten treats in that today. Plus, I can't even really use that thing anymore. She opens it. Even though she made it harder to open, she's gotten very good at opening it. So, what used to take her like a good 20 minutes, half an hour, now takes her like 2 minutes. She's too good at puzzle toys. I tried, what's the other one? I tried one of the ones where you just, they have to like wobble them around to get the treats out. Well, that's what this one is, but one that was like more rubber, not one that you could crack open. That one she just took to the top of the stairs and just yeeted it down the stairs until all the treats were out. Ninja. Yeah. Which one is it just using? That one. Oh, okay. I don't usually work in markers, but for the Kickstarter, which is linked below, still got 14 more days. And we're like 12% shy of funding. The book plate paper, like, because these are pretty much giant stickers, they don't handle like watercolors or heavy inks. So, marker it is. I'm slowly getting used to them.
Early and say Happy New Year's before I get too black out or brown out or one of the browns. I mean out. Whatever. Love you, kid. Bye.
Like if I could, I probably would just be using watercolors for coloring everything, just because that's like my preference.
Love you, kid. Bye.
I like element of not being totally in control of watercolors, having to roll with the punches and you go with the flow. Almost done. And that one. Kind of similar colors to what I did last time, but that's kind of limited by what markers I have. And their blues, like they have a lot more range of yellows that are soft and able to layer well, versus I don't really have that for blues. Maybe I will aim to make this one blue. We'll see if I can make it work. I gotta stretch a little bit. Actually, what I need to do is get all these markers out of my way. Maybe if I can't afford a steady cam setup, maybe I just need to figure out how to I have no idea how I do it though. There's very little space to play with and this arm isn't very long. But trying to think of how I can attach it to something that isn't my desk. The angle is just slightly off on that. Not a typical monster, but some people did request, like, not horrifying things, so... Or I should say more cute and fluffy. This is cute enough. Hello, White Knight. How are you? Everything going good with your settling your dad in now? Oh, sorry. I said, is everything going good with settling your dad in? I'm talking too quiet. Yeah, it's like the mic works really well if I stand right here, which is a foot or like 10 inches to the side of where I'm drawing from. Are you not gonna go during Mardi Gras so you can see the chaos? At least that's got to be a decent amount of worry taken care of if you can find a decent assisted living center. Especially since he's moving in with his roommate again. Like you've got a pair of eyes on him still too. This is nice. Oh, you live there? Oh yeah, I know you said you lived there, but I didn't know a full decade. Wow. Yeah, like Mardi Gras is cool. Like I definitely want to go and see that district, but I don't want to go for Mardi Gras. That's too many people. Middle to late May. I'll keep that in mind. It's like we usually end up, if we travel anywhere, because it's up to Ernesto. He's the only one with money to do anything that isn't work. It's usually March, because that's like somehow not tourist season in a lot of places. Oh, yeah, that gaming company I was thinking about yesterday was NetEase.
But it's not a thing about making it accurate.
They're pulling out of the US as well.
Making it feel right.
Which is why all the Marvel Rivals people Even though they did a really good job and got a really popular game, they're out of work. So we're having a crazy time. Alright, so I've been doing, this is the one I did, I think before you showed up, White Knight, and then I'm going to try and see if I can get this one blue. The reason I've been doing so many yellow guys is these colors don't really come in like a pale blue.
You know, you want those.
So we'll see what I can get. Hold on 1 second.
It's not a thing about making it accurate. It's a thing about making it feel right.
I've been told that when I have annoying bots following me or spamming my chat, that means I've made it. That's nice. I like this color. This is like that kind of stormy gray blue. One of my like kind of favorite colors.
But it's not a thing about making it accurate.
Alright, that one's a decently pale one. This is the same
not about
number.
getting
Yes.
all the
Some of these
areas.
are repeats.
It's about getting it.
That's dark. This is why we have the test paper. That is also dark. And this is more of a green, but it's a cool green. Nice mossy green that will work well, I think. Alright. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go in there with that one a little bit. I had to do at least one wolf because Werewolf Wednesday.
You know, take out, if it's an accident that's an error that feels good, then you leave it in. You know, you want those.
If you ever want me to move your name to dibs on a different piece, I can totally do that. Oh. That's a good workshop to have in this day and age. You want to share what your 8 things are, or keep that to your chest? Aw, thank you. Really? That means a lot. I am bad with taking praise or compliments, but I'm like that definitely that sparks joy. Oh man. I think honestly I could kind of say the same, because like I was very daunted by the idea of getting back into these, and I was like, if I don't have, you know, Instagram's dead, Twitter's dead, Facebook's dead, I'm like, I need to do something else. I'll get back into streaming, but putting myself out there is nerve-wracking. And it's been a pleasant surprise. It's not like I have huge droves of people watching, but it's been really nice to chat with people. Yeah, see, this is why I don't do the blues that much, because this is one of the paler ones, and it's still... I really wish I had a shade lighter than this. I have to be very careful so I don't overlap and make it too dark. I'm letting some of the peach kind of come through just to think of it like highlights. Man, I'm still tickled pink that you said that. Let's see if I can blend this. Let's see if the blues will blend. A little bit. Not much. I think if I want to do blues on these, I may have to actually come over with a oh, there she goes. It's very windy out right now. I don't know if it's windy by you, but it's super windy here. So I think she just got, yeah, something just bonked the side of the window. Okay, so I'm trying, yeah. I may have to see if I can find... 1 second. I'm gonna rummage. Colored pencil. No, I don't. I might have it somewhere else, but I don't have it in my giant bin of pencils. I really need like a steel blue. This is not going to be a naturally colored wolf. Alright, but before I do that, I need that was just testing to see if that would work. I have to do the rest of what I'm going to do in marker before I switch to colored pencil, because I don't think I can really do much marker over colored pencil. I think maybe once the Kickstarter's over, or maybe just starting next week, maybe I should stagger the streaming times. Like yesterday when I started pretty late, actually, that was one of the most watched ones I've had. Like, I thought that was too late in the day, but maybe if I do one midday and one later in the day, not like the same day. I don't think I have enough extrovert in me to do 2 a day. Yeah, I don't like, actually, the blender does not... I've noticed that the blender essentially kind of acidifies the lines. Like, it just gets... I don't think I'm a fan of the blender. I think it, like, thoroughly destroys the integrity of the ink. When I first started the stream, Raya was definitely being a nuisance. An adorable nuisance. But a nuisance. She was very loudly playing with her puzzle egg and rolling it into the back of my feet. Brushy approach to this is helping. That might work. It's not quite as pale as I'd like, but this purple, yeah, that blends in nicely. Oh. That sucks. Yeah. There was, one of these streams when, like, nobody came. I'm talking to myself. What do you, on your Discord chats, what do you usually end up, is it just talking about crafting, or is it, like, life in general. Just chatting, yeah. I think, like, I'm kind of surprised. I wonder if a lot of it is just kind of like with my generation, the millennial aversion to chatting on the phone. Yeah, socializing without pants. Or no, you know, pandemic times, the best time to socialize without pants. I do miss that about the pandemic. Like, all my local friends, we would hop online and I would play either like the observation duty that I played the one time on stream, or we would just play a board game. And I miss that. That fell apart once COVID restrictions went away. Yeah, I would probably have to be one of those no camera on people because I'd be like, I have to be really motivated to put on bras for cameras. Oh man, there was one time when I was working at Netflix where I didn't realize that I hopped into a Zoom meeting and I hadn't put a bra on. And that was one of those you gotta have your camera on things, and I'm just like sitting there trying to like completely. I think I was rushing because it was like we had to have hand-ins right before, so I think I had been up finishing deadline stuff, and then it was essentially like 20 minutes and then it was going up for review, and I just completely spaced on becoming a human. Yeah, that's what Ernesto does. Because, well, he has to work remote because most of his team is in, like, Eastern Europe. See, if Ernesto would just he would just go into sweats. He just does that. I'll put on, like we'll be going out for dinner with friends, and I'll put on a nice outfit, and he's just like, sweats. Well, I guess not. He does have some sweatpants, but he just wears like his workout pants, I guess. Did he at least order you pizza then? actually, the brushy work is, it's a little more chaos than I was expecting, but it's not terrible. That didn't work quite as well as I was hoping. Blends great in these areas, but did not work that well there. Teensiest of grays. That's not that bad. Yeah, no. I do need to probably force myself out and do more like Discord chat hangouts. It's like there's yours, and I have 2 other Discords where people are frequently just sitting in chat. And I don't know why, but I'm always kind of terrified of joining those. I don't want to completely lose all the brushiness, because I do actually like how that worked out. But I want to get some of the sections to be more solid to kind of direct the eye a bit. Like, I'm sure the chats are chill. Like, all the other ones are little discords that are, you know, either friends from Netflix or industry friends. And it's all people that I know. I don't know. It's like the same reason I hate talking on the phone. As I sit here and stream. That's one of the reasons why I didn't stream for a long time. I definitely have had people refer to this, I guess, my accent. I guess I have a... I don't... My Midwest accent has gone weird. I don't know. Yeah. I have been thoroughly burned on phones because the only people that ever really call me are my parents. And they're not terribly pleasant people a lot of the time. So usually when they call me, it's to yell at me for something. I really wish that was a cooler steel blue. Oh man. Weekishly, like, I've at least gotten, I still kind of do weekly with my mom. Which my mom is not terrible usually. Like, she's usually just calling me to talk shit about somebody else. Oh, now he's got the crazy eyes. Oh no, what did I do? Well, that's not a bad idea. The video app? I like that idea, because that's like, they can kind of take it in their own time. Because, yeah, that's the other thing with phone calls, is all of a sudden, like, whatever you're doing, you're dropping it for, like, in the case of, like, if my dad were to call me, to rant about something terrible for an hour. I've heard of that. If I could ever get my parents to use that, that would be an idea, but they are complete Luddites. Which is hilarious, because my dad insists upon getting, like, the newest iPhone, and then he can't actually use any of it, because he won't read directions, he won't look up directions, he expects it to read his mind, and then if it doesn't, he will literally throw it across the room. As, you know, normal adult behavior. Alright, that's cleaning up a little bit. Rarely use the other side because these are dual-sided. I rarely use the, like, the little fine tip marker side. That's working nice for just adding some line detail. Oh, see, my dad, like, I think he did go to Geek Squad once, and then he was all like, "You're robbing me." And, it's one of the reasons why we don't really, like, my mom is all like, "We'll do family vacations together now." And Ernesto and I don't really like going, because it usually ends up being Ernesto having to fix all of Dad's electronics. It was like one time when we were staying at my uncle's place in Florida, and he didn't, we were all playing board games, and he didn't want to play board games with us, or card games. So he went downstairs, and all of a sudden we just hear him yelling and a crash, and he threw his laptop, like, across the, like, pool. Hi, Helene Battlecry. We're talking about family. Yeah, no, this was one of my family vacations. My dad, like, almost bricked his laptop by throwing it. And then Ernesto had to spend, like, a day and a half backing it all up, wiping and reloading it, and fixing it. And the whole reason was he's like, I couldn't get it to do something or other. And it was because my dad had been going to the shady porn sites and had gotten a ton of viruses on his computer. Which Ernesto did not inform my dad that he knew that. Or my mom that that's what was causing problems with the laptop. But yes, and then I've gotten a little aggravated with my family for essentially using Ernesto as their free tech support. Yeah. I remember I got my mom a used Xbox once with like a bunch of dance games and Zumba games, because she like couldn't afford gym membership or anything, and she wanted to work out, so I was like, I'll buy a used Xbox from one of my classmates and give it to her. And I should have checked it. I didn't think it through. I bought it from a Korean classmate, so the whole thing was in Korean. And they had a hissy fit about that. I had to go there when I like went home for Christmas and fix all of it. Oh, nice. Oh, they are not fluent at all. Like, I got there, I didn't know. My mom was just like, it's broken. Something's wrong with it. I can't get it to turn on. So I didn't know it was Korean or anything until I got there, and I saw like, you know, the caricatures, I'm like, oh, this is Korean. And they're like, how do you know it's Korean? I'm just like... So I just looked up, you know, what I figured the words were, and went from there. Hi, Raya. Hey, can I go turn the heater off? It's very warm in here. Alright, give me a hot second. I'm gonna go turn the heater off. Alright. So the question is, do I want to keep working? Finish these two. But yeah. So this was experimenting to see if I could get blue to work. Not the greatest. I mean, I think I got this to work, it just took a lot more time than the other ones. Hi, sweetie. So, I can do another one of these, or... I could pull up Yupo paper, do like an actual werewolf. Does anyone have opinions? Preferences? Is there something I would work on that you'd like to see more of? Hi, Ryan. Oh my goodness. She's being very needy right now. You have had your ginger snaps, and I filled your egg full of beef liver. She's like, I'm wasting away. Really? Your foot is under my wobble board. I don't want to crush it. There, okay. Ah, sorry. Alright, so this is the guy we worked on stream 2 days ago? The leggy man. I'll pull him out of here. And then try and make sure I put him in the right pile. I have a pile of, so this paper requires a very expensive special sealant. But I have to seal everything if I want it to not rub around. But yeah, this was from a couple days ago. Well, I finished them up. I had started them previously. I still need to go over. I forgot to get or find my tiny eraser that I need. So I need to do that part too. And I'll probably go over it with some of my gel pen, add a little bit of highlights in there. Highlights. It's not working right now. Which one? Hey, sweetie. work on that later. So it's like little tiny things that you will barely be able to see on stream with this camera. Hi. I like in my stripey pants. On so that I could force myself to go work out after this. Alright, werewolves, so I need to put my browns away so I don't accidentally lose them. Not that browns don't work on this, I just really like how black looks on this. Enjoy me yelling at my dog. Alright. Want to pull this out, because I'm sure I will use that later. I know I had an idea. I kind of wanted to spin off of that drawing I was showing before. Why, dog? Oh god, sorry, she's licking my toes. That's new. Yeah, I gotta get, I gotta pester you, I gotta add audio into here. So I can get the brother, ooh! Okay, I just pulled out the sketch that I just showed before because that was part of the idea, was I kind of wanted to play off of that. Oh no, I got the affiliate thingy. I've officially streamed too much. I went to add in like emojis the other day and it told me to wait. It was all like, hold your horses or whatever. It said something weird. So now I can be annoying and add ads. I just managed to spill water all over myself. Yeah, I wasn't totally sure what to do for emojis. I was like, I might do the focus thing. I might do the I've got the like sock puppets that I did for the Kickstarter video. So that's one option, and then I've been working on some of this monster, Raya. I mean. I might, since I Yzma's. Oh god. I'm trying to disassociate from the Yzma. For those that don't know, if you ever saw a very viral, like 5-6 years ago, they were all over the place. I did a series of Yzma is Best Princess, where I put her in other movies. There were watercolor paintings, and they took off. They were the bane of my existence for a long time because people wouldn't stop requesting new ones, and I did like 23 of them. Did her as Pocahontas, Mulan, Rey from Star Wars. Yeah, that's how a lot of people found me. And then I was like, alright guys, here's what I really draw. And then I was like, who sticks around for this? Oh, that's great. I'm glad that they've like made everybody happy, and like everyone was very amused by them, and a lot of friends treasure them. I did not want to be like the Yzma fan artist for my life. Sorry, this is... Yeah, I'm doing a werewolf, but I'm doing a weird one, because that's how I be. So I'm trying to figure out, like... I'm looking for, think of it kind of like the Thing... based on, like, my previous sketch. Flesh rending off werewolf, but different than usual. Most people are like, they claw it off your chest. This is like flaying off violently. Yes, the Yzmas. Man, I got like interviewed by Bored Panda for that and all that stuff back before Bored Panda was 90% AI. I still get people that are like, do you have all... I had a little book that I made of them all. And people still ask me for them. I was like, maybe I should get them back in stock, but... The problem with doing fan art like that is... Like, even if I only do the Yzmas, people come by and they start asking me for other fandoms. And that's kind of the big reason why I don't do a lot of fan art. 'cause you'll often get like pigeonholed into just drawing nothing but fan art then. I wish I had like a chunky version of this Color Ray pencil, because this is where I would really use it. Oh yeah, Eileen, are you doing, are you gonna be like in the indie section for Emerald City with Tower Bolt? I'm just doing little chicken scratch lines right now because I'm still, I have the idea in my mind, but I don't know the pose and stuff yet, so chicken scratch lines, since this paper is unforgiving of erasing. Oh, really? I don't know if Seattle Indies has a booth. I know they didn't. Well, there's that. I wonder if I'm thinking of, if Tiny Build has one. I have seen some indie games there. I mean, it's usually board games, definitely more, but it's probably just individual publishers. Because I feel like since your game's pixel art, even though it's technically a game, I think it would still fit with Emerald City. Like, maybe I'm just remembering things wrong, because it has been a while since I've really been able to explore the floor. Bad part about having a booth. You live at the booth. Okay. I started drawing abs in here, and I'm like, that doesn't quite make sense. Not for what I'm going for. Yeah, I do need to go. White Knight usually, I think, has been tabling at Geek Girl for the last couple of years. I used to, and then it started overlapping with, I don't know if it was Sun and Monster Palooza or Lightbox, one of the two. I haven't been there in quite a while, pre-pandemic, I think. I don't know when they opened up their tables, but I should try for them again. Oh, I thought you had a table last year. Is it this year that you've got one? Yeah, I think it migrated a bunch, and that's like Halloween weekend was usually Son of Monsterpalooza. Yeah, Oddball. Which is now not under. What was his name? Like Steve, Dave. Guy that was not great at communicating and flipped out on my friend Trisha for no reason. $100 million from each vendor? Is that like a for the event space requirement? I was like, I need to figure out how many teeth are in a wolf. And I have one sitting here in front of me. That's weird. Like, how much extra does that add to the event then? Like, it's been so long since I've been to there, I have no idea how much tables and stuff are. Yeah, that's just across the board. Like, everything's with the economy going to hell in a handbasket, and unfortunately for cons, like a lot of people buying were, you know, other artists, and so many other artists are out of work now that there's just, it's like I have so many things I would like to buy and support from people, and I got nothing right now. Oh, yeah, see, okay, there is an indie game thing. If I had known about it, I would have reminded you. Though it doesn't hurt to email and be all like, hey, I'm local. If anybody bails out, I can hop in last second. That's how I got into that brief, blissful few years where they had the local makers section. So that section was like, I was very happy they had it, but they definitely ripped us off compared to... Like, we had to pay more than the Artist Alley for the same amount of space. They put us on the expo floor instead of the Artist Alley, even though we were all artists. And then we didn't get free Wi-Fi like the people in the Artist Alley. They wanted like $250 for that. I mean, you have a playable demo. It'd be mostly like, do you have things like business cards and stickers to give away? Which if you need fast stickers, Die Cut Stickers is local. And Vistaprint is always fast, even if they're not great. Okay, it's starting to like make something I'm trying to do. So I don't know if anyone's ever done a werewolf transformation like this, but it would look bitchin'. Kind of why I like drawing so much is, especially creatures, is then I start visualizing like how they come to be, how they move and all that stuff. But this one I'm picturing that there's just like a guy watching, or a guy walking, and he just kind of like melts, or all of his skin just like flays off like ribbons. And he's skeletal, and he's still walking, and then it just like flays back together into a wolf. Like, that'd be so cool as like an enemy, like just walking, you know, looking at you sideways. And then he just... I have heard about Vinyl Disorder. I've not chopped through them yet. I will not recommend Rockin' Monkey. They totally ripped me off last time. Where is it? Rockin' Monkey? Or is it? I think it's Rockin' Monkey. The vinyl sticker company with the monkey. Don't go there. They were fine like the first time I used them, and then the second time they were just like months of silence. I had to start a charge back through PayPal to get my money back. Blend this in, but first I guess I should add more in there, so I waste the tooth. Which, if anyone's ever confused by any of the terminologies I use, feel free to ask. I'll explain it. Because yeah, like using this paper is very different because it's not technically paper; it's plastic. It's a very different beast. But because it's not paper, it doesn't have, you know, pulp making it up. It will easily lose its tooth, which is why you can't really erase on it and redraw. And that's why I'm adding in all the shading now, because I'm going to blend it out. And it'll be a little bit harder to put lines in the blended out area as well. So it's better if I can get all of it in one go. Guys being all cute. One of my friends that had hopped on stream a few days ago was like, I watched Raya Cam the whole time and never saw her. And now she's here the whole time. Pretty much the whole time. Wind is whistling through the door, or the window. Alright, but now drawing this is making me think of, what's that, is that Smash Mouth, or who did the Cut My Life Into Pieces song? That was not Smash Mouth. Who was that? This could be this guy's theme song. And this is just paper towel that I'm using to blend this. You don't want to use your fingers because the oils will affect your ability to draw on the paper. Blending stumps are too hard. Yeah, I think I might be Papa Roach. Also, Brandon, now that I'm affiliate, we can officially do streaming. We can stream art together. We can work on our indie games together. It might actually be nice. Like, I haven't been working on the indie game things on stream because it is digital, and I don't know how much you could share, but Ernesto doesn't care much what I share publicly, so I could work on some of it. Ooh, flesh sculpt. That's fun. Oh, that's terrible. Does your husband by any chance play Fallout? By Fallout 76, because there's a chair you can get for your shelters or your camps. That's just a ghoul, like duct taped to a frame. So it's still alive and kicking and it squirms. Oh, a hairy living curtain. That is a fun ability. It's like, man, I wish I could try playing around with stuff like that with my my Blood Hunter character. Well, I had to rebuild him into Pathfinder. So now he's more of a Van Helsing. He's very Van Helsing now, because he's also a werewolf. But when did he had to, like, time it right. Like, he has to turn back, like, while the werewolf with the flesh mending is showering or something. So that would make a terrible shower curtain. It would just smell like wet dog all the time. It's like, my camera is at an angle. Sorry. Keep messing with this. Ugh. So, Hylian, when are you going to be? You said I'll be at a point, so you're not at it yet? Oh yeah, my Pathfinder werewolf guy. If the DM would let me get away with something like that, that would be so fun to play with, but he doesn't let us get away with much. It kind of sucks sometimes. There was like one time I had an item that let you reverse gravity, and we were in some like cave cavern, so I wanted to reverse gravity on the enemies and then drop them from the ceiling, and he would not let me do that. But I was like, that's kind of the whole reason for this item. I don't know why it really doesn't like focusing on this. I don't know why. Okay. Get your game trailer. You editing it all yourself? Nice. Oh yeah, what'd you do for your music? Did you just find, did you find like Creative Commons stuff, or did you actually pay someone? Like, I know some people make like music packs. I'm pretty sure Kevin MacLeod, the composer, has provided audio for like 90% of the indie games because he puts stuff up for free. Oh, nice. I've been thinking about trying that because, like, I get melodies in my head, but I don't really know how to. How do I say this? I don't know how to read music, even though I was first chair trumpet most of my school career. Like, I would have to do it all by sound, essentially. But that is something I want to play around with. Yeah. Like, I memorized, instead of learning to read music, I just memorized all of the fingering for every note. And it wasn't just trumpet, too. Like, we had to do solo ensemble, and I hated it. So, I taught myself how to play the ocarina. And then I memorized the entirety of I Feel Pretty on ocarina. Yeah, I don't know what the trick is for it, but I just don't know. It did not stick with me. Also don't know how my band director didn't realize it. What did you play? Drop your nerd music instrument. Well, the fun part about not actually learning music and just memorizing things was I got to like play like the sousaphone and one point the tuba when we had like gaps and we needed it for certain pieces. Oh yeah, see, like, tuba and trumpet interchange, clarinet and sax fairly interchangeable, yeah. So you were the opposite of me, I was the brass and you were the woodwind. Guitar is one of those things that I also would like to learn, but I'm like, I don't have long enough fingers and my hands already hurt enough. Well, specifically steel guitar. I double lettered too. I was in jazz band and Jazz band and regular band, and marching band was regular band as well. Like, I was apparently really good at playing trumpet. I didn't care for playing trumpet. I did it because my grandma wanted me to. But also, how dare your band director? Give you that third letter. What's it gonna hurt?
That's kind of crap. I want to do that again.
Oh man, it was funny. Like, I lettered a bunch. I think I had like five or six letters. I don't know. I didn't really keep track because, like, they just sat in a Ziploc bag because, I couldn't afford the Letterman's jacket. And my parents had bought my brother one because he had lettered in, like, track. But I wasn't special enough. Oh, yeah, they're the same. French horn has one more key than the trumpet. I did play it once. But I think we just rarely ever had any place for it. So I didn't really get to play around with that very much, but... See, if I actually really wanted to learn the cello. Like, I love cello music. But we had no string instruments in we were too small and poor of a school to have string instruments. We were lucky we had jazz band. I think that was because that was our band director putting that entirely on his own time. Thanks for stopping by. And yes, I'll pest you later. Like, I'm still debating here. I switched this from wolf leg to human leg because I like showing things in that wonky middle stage. I don't totally like it. I kind of wanted to have him Bigfoot walking, but... Oh, that sounds nice. It's like one of my friends plays cello very well, though he rarely plays it anymore. But when I found that out, I was like, share all the videos. Like, I feel like I could still potentially play cello if I ever, you know, got that amount of free time and money. Like, how brutal is the cello on your hands since you have a bow? There we go. It's like, why is it all dark? I started them all long up top, and I like the look of the long, but I'm running out of space below. Pull this leg back, and that automatically makes his legs longer. Yeah, I like that better. I just don't think I like this one. This is going to be one of those ones where indecision destroys me. There's parts of it I like, parts of it that I don't necessarily hate, but they're not working the way I would like. I'll blend it out a little bit. I might completely remove that leg. That's better. Alright, so I think instead of the half-human leg, I'm just going to keep it wolf. Essentially, the whole thing is trying to figure out how to fuse human and wolf anatomy and look like it's in the middle of melting together. I do need to find my other eraser, because I do need a few eyes in here, I think. I want to do the stereotypical tearing at the chest. But the alternative is... Sorry if this is distracting, but this is literally me just talking about my train of thought. Which I don't know if that's useful to people or not. Interesting. Looks like I could pull the arm up here. More angsty, but also it just kind of looks like he's going ha-ha, which isn't what I'm aiming for. Alright, so I think I have an idea of what I want it to look like. Like, I want to have it be a human hand that's getting threaded over. Kind of like I started doing down here, there's like threading over a kneecap. I think that is the winner for ankles. Now sometimes, like, I might actually just leave these little chicken scratch ones on there, because it kind of shows movement. Like, because this is obviously probably like a frantic movement. That kind of shows that the arm's been jerking around. Go in there with a little bit heavier lines. Abandoned by my dog. But I'm surprised she hung out for like 2 hours. That's more than she usually does. Firm believer in werewolves should have weird little fucked up feet. Like if I were to do a werewolf movie, it'd be tracks, but it would look like some kind of in between. Be like toe beans mixed in with like a heel print. Or probably not a heel print, but like as nice as I would like, you know, having the skeleton come out to flay it the whole way down. I think that might be a little too visually distracting. So if I just keep the place like a good 80% wolf. VDI up is the hope. alarm in the music? That's just wrong. Oh jeez, this thing gets like, the mic stops picking me up if I move like half an inch to the left. Look, there's alarms in the song. Don't put alarms in a song. Who does that? Dandy Q-tip. So in this case, since I switched the direction that the leg is going, and switched it from essentially human to wolf, I have like lines going the wrong way, but since I can't really fully erase and redraw, I'm trying to erase the previous lines to match the flow of the new leg. I am probably going to call it soon because I didn't realize it's already been 2.5 hours and I'm hungry. And I also need to call my pharmacy and yell at them because they waited until the day my prescription ran out to tell me they don't have my meds. This is starting to get there. It would probably benefit from a little bit of letting it rest for a bit, for like a night, coming back, fresh eyes, figuring out what I want to do with it. Like this wolf head up here. I might play with that a little bit. Not sure, but I don't want to mess it up too much because I do need this section to be relatively clear and readable. I can't do like here where I blended it out. Sketching some things that I'm fairly certain will look better. It's also defining like value contrast in here. So I've got obviously the darks. Oh yeah, Yzma is from like 2013, 2014 when I did those. Almost a decade, or it's been a decade. When I started doing them. She haunts me. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to being haunted by Eartha Kitt. Okay. Yeah, I think I am hangry. I gotta call some people. So I think I'm gonna call it there and find my... Where's my... Oh yeah. I'm glad they stopped ignoring that movie as much as they used to. Because that was one of the reasons why I started that series was it was like one of Disney's black sheep that they never talked about. And I think they've realized it's a bit of a cult classic for their movies, so they've started to finally embrace it a bit. Still a terrible company, though. But yeah. Alright, here's what we've managed on the stream today. I'll be back again tomorrow. I need to eat and yell at people. So I'll be back at it later. Thank you for hanging out. Oh, sorry. Once again, if you're new and haven't heard, those stickers, the little ones I did for my Kickstarter backers for my new creature book, which is currently on Kickstarter, obviously. That's linked below. We've got 14 days left, and very close to funding, but not quite there yet. So if you know any monster people, or you're a monster person and want to help this nerd out making a book, check it out, please. So yeah, I'll be on tomorrow again. I'm trying to stream every weekday of the Kickstarter. Unless I'm absolutely dragging, I will be back at it. Alright, well, thank you. I will talk to you tomorrow, hopefully. Have a good day!